Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping straight into, well, a really foundational piece of text on certainty, Romans 8, verses 31 to 39. We're examining this idea of divine commitment, and it's fascinating how different it looks compared to, trust in our modern relationships.
It really is. The sources we looked at really hammer this contrast. Today, relationships can feel disposable, right? And things like contracts need these thick legal documents instead of just a handshake.
Yeah, it shows a real lack of trust.
Exactly. So our mission today really is to quickly nail down the facts. Why is this relationship, God's love, talked about as unbreakable, as eternal, when, well, everything else seems so temporary?
That sets it up perfectly, because if trust is so fragile everywhere else, why trust this claim? Paul starts with this almost rhetorical question in verses 31 and 32.
Yeah.
If God is truly for us, who could possibly stand against us? It sounds as a challenge.
It is, but it's more than just a challenge. It's presented as logical proof based on something that already happened. The ultimate proof of commitment, the sources say, is that God did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all.
The ultimate sacrifice.
Precisely. And the logic follows. If God made that most costly gift, why wouldn't he also graciously give us all things, everything else we need? That massive act kind of settles the commitment question up front.
Okay, so the commitment's established. But what about the legal standing? How is it guaranteed? Our sources seemed really focused on that part, the accountability.
Yeah, this is where the legal security bit really comes in. And it's totally different from an earthly contract. Verse 33 asks, who can bring a charge against God's elect?
Right.
And the answer is stark. It is God who justifies. I mean, imagine trying to sue someone where the judge, the defense, everyone is basically on the defendant's side. Who could possibly win that case?
Okay, that makes it pretty airtight.
Yeah.
And that justification, it leads to ongoing assurance, right? Because the text then asks, who condemns?
Exactly. That shifts the focus to Christ's work. It's not just one thing he did. He died, yes, but he was also raised. He's at God's right hand now, and this is crucial. He's actively interceding for us.
Actively. Like right now.
That's what the text says and what the sources emphasize. So our assurance isn't just based on history. It's tied to who Christ is and what he's doing constantly.
That level of security. It's then tested against, everything imaginable, isn't it? What kind of suffering or separation could possibly break that bond?
And Paul lists them out, doesn't he? It's a pretty grim list of human fears. Tribulation, distress, persecution, famine, nakedness, danger, sword.
Yeah, these aren't minor problems. They're existential threats.
Yeah, absolutely. But the point is, even these fail to separate us from that love.
And when I read that list, it doesn't sound like we avoid suffering. We go through it. But then there's that surprising line, more than conquerors through him who loved us. What does the sources say about that?
That's a key insight. More than conquerors, it suggests we don't just survive this stuff, we actually somehow gain through it.
Gain through suffering.
Yeah. The suffering isn't the separation. It's almost the means through which a stronger, proven faith emerges. It totally reframes hardship within this context of love.
So the victory isn't about our own strength, but the strength of the connection itself.
Exactly.
Which brings us to that final sweeping declaration in verses 38 and 39. Death, life, angels, rulers, present, future, powers, height, depth. I mean, is anything left out? Is that list truly exhaustive?
Paul says he's convinced, persuaded. Nothing, absolutely nothing in all creation can separate us. He lists things in heaven, on earth, in time.
Powers, rulers.
Right. And then, just in case he missed anything, he adds that catch-all. Nor anything else in all creation. It slams the door shut. And the reason it's so complete, the reflections point out, is because this relationship is started and sustained by God, not by us. It doesn't depend on our feelings or how well we're doing, which is, let's face it, why human trust often breaks down.
So wrapping this up for you, the listener, the key takeaway really from all these sources is this truth. The idea that you can be fully loved, fully secure, and never alone. That's the kind of security being offered in a world where, honestly, everything else can feel pretty uncertain.
And that leaves us with maybe a final thought, something provocative for you to chew on. Where in your own life do you feel insecure? Or maybe afraid of being abandoned? And then ask yourself, how might your choices, your actions, how might they change if you really believed deep down that absolutely nothing could ever separate you from this kind of love?
Something to hold on to.